Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Sai Kiran. Guys, today is day 7 in our DevSecOps series. So we are going to majorly concentrate on Git itself only for the next 3 days, guys. See, I can simply enter git add and then git commit and then git push origin master, whatever commands were there like stash and all these things. I can show it directly, but you will not be understanding anything and it's not really helpful during the time of real time. So I wanted to show you something which is realistic. So that's the reason why I have taken Terraform here. With the help of Terraform, I'm going to provision the infrastructure on Azure cloud, not on AWS cloud. Again, this is not a Terraform deep dive session. We do have 8 sessions where we are going to cover on Terraform modules and then workspaces and then enterprise also. So there we are going to deep dive on Terraform. So once after deploying the infrastructure on Azure, slowly some code will be developed. So we are going to push this code to one of the remote repository called GitHub, guys. It's not Git. Git is different and GitHub is different. Git is an application which tracks the changes in the code. Even if you add a small dot, even if you give a small space, or if you're adding any comments or something like that, it's going to track each and everything and push the code to the remote repo. So what was the remote repo we are going to use? We are going to use GitHub, or we are going to use GitLab, or we are going to use Bitbucket or Azure DevOps repo. Understand? And at last we are going to open a ticket on JIRA. With the help of the ticket number, we are going to create one Git branch. So we are going to do some modifications in that Git branch, and we are going to push that Git branch to the production environment. I'm going to show you everything practically. This session is purely a practical session itself only, guys. And don't think that okay, Sai Kiran is showing something which is on Azure and I'm only good with AWS. No, guys, don't do that. See, this is whatever account I'm using here, it's free trial only. So you can also create one free trial account and you can also do the practicals accordingly. So let's go to our Chrome first. First, what we shall do is we are going to install Git download, enter, and then simply click on download Git. See, if you are using Mac OS or if you're using Windows, just select on it, a exe file will be downloaded. It's a quite straightforward, guys. You need to double click on it, next, and then you have to install the Git. If you do not know how to install, please refer some documents or any videos from the YouTube. And the very next thing is terraform.io. Here you are going to download one binary file. Because I'm using Windows, right, I wanted to use Terraform in my local. So for that, I'm going to download one binary file. Select Windows here and then select download here. So once after you have downloaded, come back to any of the directory, any of the location which you want. I am currently in downloads directory. Here I'm going to create one folder called git terra and then Jira. Enter. Go inside it, don't stay outside, just go inside and copy this location, guys. Okay, just copy this location and right click, open in terminal. It's going to open one PowerShell window here. Just open it and enter sysdm.cpl. It's going to open one system properties tab. Go to the advanced, go to the environmental variables, select path and select on edit. So once you clicked on edit, select new. Here you are supposed to paste this directory location. Just copy this as it is. You can paste it here by clicking on new and then paste it here. Don't do anything. Once after pasting, just select OK. I'm not clicking on OK because it's already there, and then click on OK and then come back. Done. So once after that part is done, just enter terraform hyphen version. So it's going to install. I'll also check Git has also been installed. Now simply enter code dot, it will automatically open one Visual Studio Code for you. Now the very first step what we are going to do is we are going to set up an authentication between Azure and Terraform, because Azure doesn't know who is Terraform and Terraform doesn't know who is Azure, right? So we need to create some authentication between them. So let's go and open our Azure console, guys. Let's come back here. I'll close the tabs which were not required. I'll open Microsoft Azure. I'll throw rest of the files to the different place. Okay. Okay, so the very first thing what you're supposed to do is open Microsoft Entra. If you didn't find any services which I'm showing here now, just go to the search bar and simply enter. You're going to get each and everything. Microsoft Entra. In the left side, you are going to see something called app registrations. Select new registrations. Give the name. I'm going to give the name as DevSecOps hyphen Saikiran. Scroll down and then click on register. So once you have registered, as I said before, we are supposed to do the authentication between the Azure and then Terraform. So for that, we need some credentials actually. So copy the client ID here, come back to the Visual Studio Code, create one new file, creds.txt, and then this is client ID. Paste it carefully, guys. This is very important. And the second one, what you have to copy is tenant ID. Just copy the tenant ID, come back here, tenant ID, and then paste it. Save it. Again, come back here. In the left side, you are able to see something called certificates and then secrets. Select it. New secret. Don't give any description. Recommended. Let's go with 180 days itself only, and then simply click on add. Here is the very important step. Don't copy the secret ID. We need the secret value, not the ID, guys. Save it. If you are not copying the secret value here, and if you go back and then if you come back here, this value is going to fade away, right? So initially itself only, you just copy and save it somewhere. So once this part is done, the very next thing what you have to do is copy the subscription ID also. This is my pay as you go subscription, so I'll just copy this ID, come back and then subscription ID. I'll note each and everything aside. So everything is good till now. Once this part is done, just like in AWS, we do follow some IAM strategies, right? By giving the access key, secret key, and then attaching the role or something like that. So we are also supposed to do something here. Go to your subscription, scroll down, and you're going to see something called access control management. Here it is. Just select new, add role assignment, select privileged administrator roles, select contributor, click on next, select user group or service principal, and select members. Here, whatever service principal you have created one service principal with the tenant, right? Tenant ID, client ID you have copied. That is actually called a service principal. What was the name you have given there? DevSecOps. Sai Kiran, this is the one. Select it, click on next, review and assign. So the role has been successfully assigned. Here it is, added role assignment. Now let's come back to our Visual Studio Code. Let's develop the code each and everything slowly, guys. Let's not rush. The very first thing what you're supposed to do is provider.tf, enter. So now I'm going to enter provider.tf. Here we are using Azure cloud, right? So I'm not going to write anything, guys. In interview also, if anyone is asking you to write the code on Terraform, just like backend or something, it is small code itself only. If they are asking you to develop anything which is big, no harm, you can straight away ask them, can I use Google resources? Because the person who asked the question to you, he will also be using the Google resources itself only. No one is going to write the code from the scratch. At some point of time, they will be using the internet sources. Understand? So just open a new tab, and I'm going to enter Terraform Azure provider. Just open this. The very best thing in Terraform is each and everything will be documented, guys. We'll be getting each and everything from the documents itself only. Just copy this and come back here, paste it, and then save it. So once after you are entering the provider.tf, see this block specifically Terraform required providers. Even if you are not keeping this block, it's still going to work. See, I'll remove this. It's still going to work. Come back here, and if I enter Terraform initialize, see here it is downloading a plugin called Azure RM here. Azure RM, and the version is v4.3.0. So when you are going to use this is, for example, in your environment, see, in real time we'll be having multiple environments like prod, dev, and then QA, and some xyz environments will be there. The names will be different to each and every organization. In such case, if you want any specific version, right, in particular environment you'll be using a lot of tools, and some tools were most compatible to that particular environment. In such cases, you are going to use this block, and you are going to force the Terraform to install only particular version itself only. In such cases, you can add these required providers, but for now I'm going to leave it as it is. I'll save this. Even if you are, just watch carefully. If I'm entering AWS, save it. I'll just comment this out. If you come back here and if you run Terraform in it, it's going to download the AWS plugin. See, even if you're not mentioning these required providers, still it's going to work. So I'll just uncomment this again, and then I'm going to run Terraform in it again. Terraform init. Okay, let it come. Meanwhile, what we'll do is we are going to create one resource group, and then also we are going to create one virtual network, guys. So slowly we'll develop. First we'll create resource group, and then we'll jump on to creation of the virtual network. Okay, virtual network is something in AWS we might be calling it as a VPC itself. So let's go to the documentation again, and here is the resource group. Just copy this, come back here. I'm going to create a new file called 1-rg.tf, which is resource group.tf. If you watch carefully here, anything, if you wanted to call any service in AWS, Azure, or GCP, anywhere, you are going to use resource block itself only, and whatever is there in between this curly braces, this was called as arguments. Right, now if you watch carefully here again, I've given the resource group. I wanted to call the resource group service here, and then I've given the name as example. For example, I'll remove this rg-1. So this is my resource group name. If you watch here, here also I'm giving the name, and also here also I'm giving the name. So what is the point of giving the name two times? Because this name is for this block, guys, this entire resource block. I mean this entire resource group block, and this name, whatever is there, example hyphen resources. Once the environment has been deployed, and if you go inside and check it, this name will be tagged to the specific resource group. So this is the difference between these two names, guys. Both were not same, don't get confused. So I'm going to give this as resource group 1. Here also I'm going to give it as resource group 1 itself only. Save it. Instead of West Europe, I'm going to create East US. Save it. Let's go back here and try to deploy this. Terraform format. It's going to format the indentation. If any indentation errors were there, it's going to format. Terraform validate. It's going to validate the code, and it's going to check if there were any errors. Whatever steps I'm doing now, all these were called as dry run. This is the best advantage in Terraform and then plan. Okay, there was a mistake here. See, Azure RM. Okay, we forgot to change the provider block here. Instead of AWS, you are supposed to give Azure RM here. Save it. Now it's going to work. Terraform plan. Terraform init. Okay, great. If you run plan, you should get an error because whatever we have developed, everything is fine, but there is no handshake method between your Terraform, and there is no handshake method between your Azure. So for that reasons, we have copied the keys here. See, client ID, tenant ID, secret, and then subscription ID. Now what? See here, subscription ID is required. Okay. Now what we shall do is just go back to the Google again. I'm going to enter Terraform Azure secrets. This is the one. Just open this and scroll down. You might be getting a doubt, Sai, exactly how you know that is the only one, because I do lot of practice. So if you also do a lot of practice, then it would be really easy for you guys. Got it? Just copy this, and don't copy the shell. We are using PowerShell here, so let's copy this. Come back here, paste it. Just remove the unnecessary lines. What was the client ID here? This is the client ID. Copy and then paste it. tenant id, copy. See, this is secret, this is tenant id. Don't just blindly give in a stepwise like 1 2 3. Just check what is there here. Tenant id we have entered. Client secret means this. Copy this, and this is the client secret. Paste it, and the last, which is subscription id, copy and then paste it. Save it. Just copy here. The best advantage of passing the credentials from here is, watch carefully, directory environment colon. I can able to see all the credentials here, right? For example, if I exit from this location and I'll open the new PowerShell again, right click and then open terminal. I'll close this to avoid the confusion. See, I've opened the new terminal after exiting from the terminal. Watch carefully now. If I enter the same command, I couldn't be able to see any kind of passwords here, guys. Got it? So this is the best way of passing the credentials. In real time, you're going to follow something called, like, secrets, or keeping the credentials in vaults or somewhere like that. Paste and then enter. Okay. Now if you run Terraform plan again, it's going to work. See, it says +1. Azure RM resource group RG1 is going to create. Now I'll simply enter Terraform apply hyphen auto hyphen approve. In real time, don't give this, guys. Even if you are any environment, either if it is a lower environment or higher environment, don't give this hyphen auto approve. Just because this is our local testing environment, so that's the reason why I'm giving this auto approve. Just simply give Terraform apply and then wait for the prompt. Yes. Okay, everything has been successfully deployed. It is saying apply complete resource one. Okay, fantastic. If you come back to the Visual Studio Code, once after deploying, it is going to create one state file, guys, TF state file. With this is very, very important, and this is the single point of contact for the Terraform. The whole infrastructure environment, the exact state is going to store in this state file itself only. So it's our responsibility to make sure that we are storing this state file in the backend in the sense remote. If you are saving in your local machine is nothing, guys. This laptop, whatever you're watching, this is a local machine. If I'm storing this state file in my local machine, if any physical damage occurs or any disaster occurs and my laptop is gone, then your entire infrastructure is also gone. So for that reasons, we are going to save this in a remote backend. In AWS, we are going to use S3, but in Azure, we are going to use something called storage here. Got it? And the other important thing here is we have provisioned some code here, some Terraform code here, right? So we are also supposed to push this code to the remote location. Got it? Let's do step by step. First, what we shall do is we are going to create one remote backend, and then we are going to save this state file there, and then after that we are going to push this code to our GitHub repository. So Terraform state file, let's go back to the Azure again, select Azure. I'll just simply come back to home. Here I'm going to select something called storage. I'm going to create one storage account first. Create. Don't give RG1, just click on create new. I'll just give DevSecOps state file management and then click on OK. So storage account name, you should give small letters. So I'm going to give DevSecOps state file management. Simply click on review and create, scroll down and then click on create. So we are just creating a storage account here. Once the storage account has been created, don't rush, wait till it gets complete. So once after this has been completed, we are going to create one folder here, guys. Folder is nothing but a container. So whatever state file is there, this entire state file is going to state in that particular folder itself only. Got it? So it's still in the progress. Let's wait for it. Okay. It's still in the progress. Okay, select, click on go to resource. Left side, you are going to see some block called data storage. Under that, we'll be having something called containers. Select containers here and click on add containers. Give the container name. I'm going to give the container name as DevSecOps state file management itself only. Select and then simply click on create. Let's wait for it. Once after it has been created, next time if we are trying to deploy something and if the state file is updating, that state file is going to store in this particular location itself only. So just come here to Google, simply I'll enter Terraform Azure backend state file. Enter, open any document. Yeah, this is the one. Just copy till here. Where was this block ending? This block is starting here and it is ending here. Just copy till here. Come back to providers.df. Guys, if you're not understanding anything on Terraform part, it's totally fine. Just follow for now. Concentrate more on the Git only. Now we are going to push the code to the Git and do some changes. So this is ending here and this required resource is ending here. Okay, under this I'm going to pass the backend values. Okay, resource group name. What was my resource group name? um DevSecOps file management. Go to the resource. So this is the storage account name and this is my resource group name. Copy this, paste it. And what was the storage account name? My storage account name is this, DevSecOps state file management. Come back here, paste it. Container name. What was the container name you have created? Where is data storage? Yeah, here it is under container. The container name is DevSecOps file management. Copy and then paste it here. This is tf.tf state file, so you can give anything you want. I'm going to give this as development. Okay, just save this, guys. Come back to your PowerShell again. I'll take new screen, Terraform in it. Now it's going to ask you one prompt. Watch carefully. See, it says acquiring state log. This may take a few moments. Do you want to copy the existing state to the new backend? What was the new backend here? This is the one we just created. Just give the prompt as yes. It's going to proceed further. Okay, if you come back here, okay, if you come back here, open this. See, our state file has been stored here. Refresh. I can delete this, guys. I can delete the backup file and also delete the state file also. Nothing will happen. Next time if I'm doing any changes, let's do the changes now only. Go to the resource group. um, Tags equal to open and close equals to not name. Instead of name I'll just give owner. Okay, just save this. Terraform format, Terraform validate, Terraform plan, Terraform apply hyphen auto hyphen approve. Enter. Oh, there is a mistake. We made it oh, it's Terraform. It's Terraform actually. Okay, no worries. It's still running. Rest all the comments were right, so it's still running. See, 1 to change, 0 to destroy. What is going to change? It's going to change the tags here. Again, if you watch carefully here, just refresh. What was the time? 1:15, right? 1:15 p.m. So once after it is updating, see slowly it's going to see the state here. It is leased, which means it is locked now. It is locked. See, it's still running, right? So that's why it's showing as locked. If I refresh here, then it will be showing as available. Refresh. See, it shows as available, and at 1:16 it got updated. Got it? Our stateful is going to update whenever you push some changes, guys. Okay, till here everything is super fine. Now, how should I control my code? Here comes a topic for the today, which is GitHub, guys. Let's go to the GitHub. I'll close all the tabs which are not required. Let's open GitHub and create one private repository. They're not the public repository. Select new. I'm going to give this as Azure Terra and then Git. description is also same, private repository, and then create repository. Come back to your PowerShell again, take new screen, ssh hyphen keys, and I'm going to generate the keys. Enter, enter. I wanted to overwrite just to show you. Yes, yes. Okay, great. Cat, copy the public key, not the private key. Okay, just copy this and paste it here, enter. Just copy till here, come back to the GitHub, open settings. Left side you're going to see something called deploy keys, add deploy keys, and then paste it here. I'll just copy this and then paste it. Allow write access, add key. I'm going to accept it with from the mobile. Keys have been successfully added. Now even if I push or even if I do changes, I'm not going to get any kind of authentication errors because I just authenticated with my keys. So git is there here. No, we haven't initialized the git, I think here. Let's enter git status. Then simply enter git init. It's going to initialize the empty repository here. If you enter git status, see it's going to show you all these files under staging itself only. Let's copy this. I want these files because I don't want to push this creds.txt. I don't want to push the Terraform log file and this .terraform file. So for that, what can I do? There is something called .ignore, guys. Just create one new file .git ignore. Accidentally, even if you try to push it, still you're not going to push these files. How can I do that? Paste all the files here. I don't want to push cred.txt. I wanted to push this, so I'm removing. Remove this. Okay, along with that, I'll also add in future if someone is trying to push .exe file also, anything .exe file. Even if someone is trying to file exe file also, it's not going to work because sometimes exe files will be very huge. Accidentally, either our developers or someone is going to push without knowing. So whatever you are mentioning under git ignore, even if you're trying to push, it's going to throw the error. You will not be able to push it to the repository. Great. Again, if you come back here and if you enter git status again, see I can able to see only these three files. See the difference here? We have eliminated this creds and then this two Terraform state locking files and then this Terraform file. Now I can able to push only this provider.tf and then resource group.tf also. Now let's add everything in staging, guys. Git add dot means whatever were there in the current location, it's going to add, and then git commit -m. Just give the comment Terraform Azure base code. Enter. Check git status. Git log. The log looks quite big here. So instead of that, hyphen one line. Okay, it is small now. Everything is good till here, but whatever you're watching here, everything is in my local itself only. I wanted to push this to remote. So before pushing to remote, let me check if any repo is added. Git remote -v. Okay, nothing is there. Let's add our private repo here. Come back to the Azure Terra Git. See the commands here. They're going to give you the commands clearly. Git remote, git branch, first commit. Okay, let's add this. Git remote add origin. Paste it and then enter. Git push -u origin master. I don't want the name as master, so I just wanted to change this master name to development branch instead. Git branch -m master to development. Git branch. Okay, now it is named as development branch. It's not master branch, it's development branch. Origin development. Enter. It's going to push all the code to our development branch. If you come back here and if you refresh, you can able to see all the code here. See git ignore files and then provider.tf and then resource group.tf. Likewise, I wanted to create virtual network now. -vn dot tf. Enter. Again I'm going to go for Google Documents itself only. Azure Virtual Network. Enter. Here is our virtual network. Just copy this. I'll come back here and then I'll paste it here. Save it. Indentation is wrong. Okay, done. I'm going to change this name to VNet, or we'll leave it as example itself only. Or we'll leave it as example itself only. Name example network. Okay, fine. Location here you are supposed to give the resource group name, guys. Here and then here. Just copy the resource group name. Come back to the VNet. Control V and then Control V. Save it. Terraform format. Validate. If everything is good, then I'll give the apply directly. If you watch here carefully, it's going to create one Azure Virtual Network. See, even if you're not giving the DNS names, it's fine. It's not going. It's going to work. But still, let's ignore that as it is. Okay, one has been added successfully. So if I enter Git status, I'll take the new screen. Git status, a new file was there, which is virtual network.tf. Git add dot git commit -m added vnet. Enter. Git push origin. What was the branch name? Development branch. Enter. It's going to push this file to our development branch here. Refresh. See, here it is, peanut. Along with this, if you wanted to check the state list, Terraform state list, like whatever was there, whatever we have deployed, each and everything, it's going to reflect here. Terraform state list. See here, resource group and then virtual network. Now along with this, let's create a new branch. What was the branch was there now? Development. Git checkout. For creating the branch, you have to give git checkout -b. I'm going to give it as production. Git checkout -b production. Git branch. Okay, production. Git push origin production. So new branch has been pushed automatically. If you refresh here, you can able to see the another branch here. See, two branches. One is development and the other one is production branch here. If you go to the production branch, whatever is there, everything will be visible on the master branch. I mean, on the development branch, whatever is there, everything will be visible on production branch here. Now let's stay on the production branch itself only. Git branch production. Let's do it on development itself only. Enter. Git branch. Sorry. To switch the branch from one branch to another, git checkout development. Enter. It has been switched to the development branch. Git branch. Now let's say you wanted to add any future, guys. Just take an example. Here we cannot develop each and everything future here. So what I'll do is I'll just try to add one new subnet. Instead of future, I'm going to add one new subnet and then I'll push it to the development. So whatever changes you have done on the development, it's not going to reflect the same on the production because the recent changes were different. The head commit will be different. So in such case, you are supposed to raise one merge request in order to merge from development to the production environment. Okay, I'll show you how. But before that, let's do some changes and push the code to the development area and then we'll slowly merge that code to the production area. I'll come back here and I'll just copy this code. Oh, sorry. Control Z. Copy this. 3 hyphen. I'm going to create another virtual network.tf. Now I'm going to change the names here. This is not example. This is example 1 and also here change it to example 1. Okay. This should be address space. Let's keep the address spaces 10.1.0.0 and DNS 5 and then 6. Let's do the changes and let's push this to only development, not production. Terraform plan. Did we change it? Yeah, we changed everything. Okay, it says a new virtual network will be created. Fine. Terraform apply. Okay, it has been successfully deployed. For example, now I am on Git branch. Watch this carefully. Git branch. I'm not on production branch. I'm on development branch. We did some modifications here. Now let's push that code, guys. Git status. It's saying 3 hyphen virtual network tf.file is there. So let's add git add. I'm on development branch only. Okay. Git add dot git commit hyphen m git push origin development enter. So it's going to push the recent file to the development area. Just refresh here, but the third file whatever you have created on the development, see just now here you can able to see resource groups virtual network 1 and then virtual network 2, but if you come back to the production you are not going to see the third file, guys. So in such case what we're supposed to do is we are supposed to merge the development branch to our production area, right? How we can do that? Select on PR, which is PR is something but pull request, and then make sure that you're selecting the production area here from development to production, and it's immediately going to show you all the changes. Click on create pull request. In real time this is not an enterprise level GitHub, so that's the reason why it's not showing. In real time under reviewers you are going to see your reviewers, guys, here. Okay, so you are supposed to add some comment here, merging with the production for the latest changes approved. Let's keep it like this. Let's leave it like this. Changes, scroll down and then click on create pull request. So once the PR has been created, just wait for it. Okay, once the PR has been created, just copy the link, come to the Teams or Slack, whatever communicator you are using. There will be some PRs group, I mean reviewers group. Just simply enter everyone, or you can also enter the name like whomsoever you want, and then tell them paste this link. Please review the PR. That's it. Enter. Done. So once after that has been done, reviewers will be checking what were the files that have been changed. See here, these are the files that have been changed, and also they'll see whether it will be a perfect fit to the production environment or not, because production will always tips it head to the live, guys. So they're not going to take the actions that easily here, and they'll just simply come back to the conversation again, scroll down, merge pull request, confirm merge. That's it. It has been merged successfully, right? This is one way. There is also another way we can do this. I'll open my JIRA board. This is not a paid version, this is a free version. A lot of features were not available here actually, but still I'm going to show you something now. Come to the projects. My project is this mastering cloud. Select this. If you scroll down here left side, I could be able to see, come to the boards here, to do, in progress, and then done. So whatever ticket I'm creating now, it's going to come under this to do itself only. Task, service request, incident. Actually there will be some story also, story and then sprint and everything, but this is not an enterprise edition, so try to watch this. You can also install this, guys. You can also go to the browser, type Jira and then log in. 30 days free trial will be there. I'll change this to task itself only, and I'll give the summary as added code from Azure Storage components. I'll mention something like cloud storage services. If you have any image, you can attach this. I need to implement the Azure storage account. Done. Reporter Saikiran blocks assignee. You can assign whomsoever you want, but now I am the only one here, so I'm assigning it on myself. Priority you can set up here, high, medium, or low. I'll set up as high. And labels, ignore, urgency, impact. You need to fill all these, and sprint time will also be there. And then simply click on create. So once after you have been created, see, I can able to see the ticket here. Just open this. See, each and everything was here. Once you started working on this ticket, just make sure to change the status to work in progress, guys. So once if it is work in progress, select start progress. I'll just copy this name MC2 just for the tracking purpose. In real time they are going to create a future. They are not going to directly do the modifications on development branch or production branch. Instead they are going to create one future branch. See, development or production branch, they are going to create one future. How we can able to create one future? Git branch, git checkout hyphen b, and then I'll paste this hyphen hash 12. This is my 12th ticket in mastering cloud project. This is the ticket id, I mean ticket name, and then hyphen hash 12 is my 12th ticket for today. For example, git checkout hyphen b, I have created a branch, git branch. Okay, I am on this branch now. Now I'll create one more virtual network. Control C, 4 hyphen dot tf, paste it. 2, I'll change the names to 2 and then 7 and then 8. Save it, come back here, PowerShell, Terraform apply. Give the end value as yes. Okay, this has been deployed successfully. On which branch I am now? Git branch. Okay, git add dot git commit hyphen m added storage account to git push origin, not master, sorry, git push origin, and then copy this branch, enter. So it's going to push to this branch. If you again git status, okay, nothing is there. If you come back here, a new branch will be created, 3 branches in total. But watch carefully here, the file which you have created recently for virtual network.tf, this file was not available in development branch, this file was not available on production branch also. Okay, now we are going to raise a PR. So senior developers or someone is going to validate it, new PR request. Or you can also directly select the pull request and then you can do it from this JIRA branch to development will keep, not the production directly. We are going to push it to the development. Create pull request. You can add the comments. I'm not adding any comments for now. Create pull request. Okay, Once the PR has been raised, they will be reviewing files changed. See here, if you watch carefully, we are not merging this to production, guys. We are merging this to development, from where we just created one branch, right, on Jira. This is the one. From here to here we are merging. We are not merging directly from like this branch to the production area. No, we are not going to do it. First we are going to merge it in the development, and in the development environment they are going to do some testings, and it's going to push it to the production. I mean, merge it to the production. Merge pull request, confirm merge. So once this has been done, finally what you'll do, come back to the Jira again, select this as done. Between between I forgot to tell you something. You are supposed to add all the comments here, guys. This is an internal node. If you do have any blocks, guys, on a soft note, I'm giving the comments normally, so by watching these comments, please don't keep any bad comments in the YouTube. Save it and then come to the work in progress. Once if it is done, then you click on mark as done. Mark as done. 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 Okay, if you come here, see, it has been jumped from to do to done. Got it? This is how you handle. But we are going to still do a lot of activities on this Jira by end of this Git session. So I'll try to show as much as possible from whatever I can cover from the Jira. So that's all for today, guys. And if you do have any doubts, please put it in the comment section. And also please let your friends know that we have started DevSecOps series. Whatever you have learned today, please try to post it on LinkedIn. Don't just ignore. Have a nice day, everyone. We'll see you in the tomorrow session. Bye bye.